Hi. Hi, Open Eyes. Welcome. Just trying to keep a live stream going at 1 o'clock at the same time, and Falling Bomb's a little bit under. So I'm doing a live stream and just letting everybody know. How are you doing today, Open Eyes? Oh my goodness. There we go. Can you hear me okay? See me okay? Got people watching. I'm just here to let you know that Falling Bomb's a little under the weather, and um, I'm going live, and anybody who wants to chat or talk or whatever, um, I'm here. Thank you for being here, Opened Eyes, and whoever else is lurking out there. So how are you doing today, Opened Eyes? Hi, Made in Texas. Volume is low. Okay, let me see if I can. Does that help or? No? Okay, is that better on the volume? Because I can always plug in my microphone. Oh, understand that, Michigan Mister. I'm glad to see you. How's your mom doing, hon? Hold on, people. I'm plugging in my microphone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, you can hear me now? Well, um, we'll put you in our thoughts and prayers for you and your family. Thank you, Opened Eyes. I don't know why the microphone. I'm using my phone for live streaming because I don't have a because I don't have a webcam. So I don't know. Somehow I get the microphone um covered or something. Thank you for giving me the feedback. Like I said, Falling Bomb texted me earlier, and he's not going to be able to make it today. So we have an agreement. When possible, I fill in for him. I'm not a Falling Bomb by far, but we're family and we're here for each other. Um, Anybody have any other news? I was going to, if you get a chance, and I know this sounds kind of self-serving, but um, check out my newest playlist from yesterday. I had some excitement, to say the least. I went into City Hall just to inquire um, about a I don't know how to fix that, but anyways, um, just to inquire. Yeah, it's just mostly the weather and the change in medications. He's okay. He just, he said he could have come on live, but he's really whooped, and I told him to conserve his energy and concentrate on, you know, feeling better, and he could come live tomorrow, fresh and rejuvenated. So I just came on here to let everybody know he's okay. He's just, he is. The weather really affects his pain threshold, and then there's been some med changes and things like that. Welcome, Gray Dude and Richard Head. So that's kind of what's going on here. Nothing exciting. I had all kinds of excitement yesterday. Um, oh no, 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 no. It's mostly I guess you'd say arthritis and bone and muscle and pain medication. Thank you, Opened Eyes. Yeah, um, part of me should have streamed the city commissioners meeting live, but it was 2.5 hours long, and I'm not going to put you guys through that. Hi, Best Answers. Hi, Bandit. Welcome. Falling Bomb is a not going live today, so we have an agreement that I go live if he can't. Not to replace him, but just, to make sure that people know he's okay, and we're thinking about him. Yeah, the doctors are making all kinds of decisions. Yeah, he should be okay. Plus the weather, when you have, aches and pains and bones and you're getting older, the weather really affects you, and we've got some cold and low pressure streams going through, so that really, really hurts. Bandit, I saw your new videos. They're rock. Thank you. I went in and commented, and good to see you out there and getting some videos. But I was laughing a little bit when you couldn't find your ride. It was like, oh. Hi, News Now Canuck. Thank you for coming in. Yes, if you haven't quote unquote ratted on each other, go and rat everybody's channel and check out their videos, old, new, and everything. Hi, CO. It's good to see so many friends in here, and I just wanted to let everybody know, Falling Bomb's okay. He's just a little bit under the weather, kind of hurting, and with the med changes and stuff. So he should be back live at the same time tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Those who don't have his information, I have it here. And Falling Bomb at 1 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Friday on Normally. And I'll put it up here for anybody who doesn't have his link. Oh, Chuck, I'm sorry. I remember someone saying something about it and I forgot. Um, yeah, and we're such wusses down here in South Texas on the tip. Um, I letting solar power heat up my house today because it's like 60 out and I'm frozen. Can handle the heat a lot better. Happy 420. Today Canada is legal weed smoking country. Oh, fantastic, Canuck. That is, hey, legal weed is, it's got to happen. It just has to. And then, decriminalizing all these people in cages and jails and prisons. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Made in Texas, thumbs up. Yes. So, also, if you want to put it on your calendar, is November 5th is a Million Mask March. Non-Z has some information on that. And get your Guy Fawkes mask and join in. Yeah, the best answer is I'm originally from up north. I'm a transplant. And yeah, as I get older, my body can't take that cold anymore. But I know what real cold's like. I used to live up near the Canadian border, so. Well, that's a whole discussion, and we can talk about that if everybody wants to, but legal weed, in my opinion, is on the same level as alcohol. And, we went through the prohibition stage with alcohol, and now we're going through have been going through the prohibition stage of weed. And this is just my opinion, and I might lose some subs for it, but I think it should be legalized. Too many people are in jail, for nonviolent cases and things like that. Okay, then we can agree to disagree, Richard Heed. Yeah, people can get addicted to food, and, that's a necessary element to stay alive. But they overdo it, and next thing they know, they could be 500 pounds. So it's definitely a emotional and can be a volatile topic. And if we keep it on a debate, on talking about it and not get personal, I'm willing to talk about it. Alcohol causes a lot of people to die. The side effects of the addiction to alcohol causes a lot of side effects, and I've seen it. I've had issues with it at one time, so but it's Well, crossing the street and not looking for the bus coming down the road and running me over is also causes death. We need to take personal responsibility for our actions on what we do and don't do. That's my opinion. Um, you know, if I decide to put my hand in the bathtub water while I'm plugging in the blow dryer, and it's, but all the money and stuff is, and all the people that are locked up, in my opinion, unnecessarily. Um, it's just, crazy. Um, yeah, living. I mean, you can be on the most straight and narrow thing in the world and be an 8-year-old little girl and get cancer, or with no outside circumstances involvement. Or you could live to 98 and drink alcohol every day of your adult life and have a healthy and prosperous day. It's responsibility. Yeah, and the thing right now too is the opioid crisis. I've had to get educated on it and try to understand it, and even have talked to doctors about it, and we, in an ideal world, we don't want anybody to be an addict. We don't want anybody to depend on any one thing. But some people need to use things to carry on with their daily functions. And so, bandit. So, um, yeah. Oh, I totally agree with you about opioids. I mean, when they put it out, they already knew that if you went past a 10-day subscription to opioids, back when it first came out, nearly 20 years ago, um, the latest round of opioids, that 98% of the people would get addicted. And they knew that. Um, some people think it's a conspiracy with the pharmacy companies, and we could go off on a tangent, but and I don't mind free speech and talking um, about it. Just please be civil, and yeah, we've got some very strong opinions, and I'm assuming that everyone in this room right now is, an adult and speak their mind. Um, minors, that's another whole story, and I don't even want to go in that part. Yeah, not argue. We can discuss and disagree. Arguing implies that someone's not listening when someone's talking. So we just stay open-minded, and yeah, freedom to be responsible, to take care of ourselves in however way we can or are willing or whatever. I mean, what works for me may not work for you, and I'm not going to tell you what to do until it affects me directly. Like if you come over to visit my house and you want to go in the backyard to have a cigarette, and 2 days later I have new plants growing that is visible from the street and from the drones riding overhead, yeah, we're going to have an issue. Um, well, Richard, I've done, let's say, a variety of things in my life, and some of it's been kind of colorful, and um, yeah, and eating disorders, um, those kill people too. There's all kinds of things. If you look for it hard enough, you can find that are dangerous. I choose to look for things that are positive, that are healthy, that help not only me, but the community I live in and the community at large. And that's what I try to do. Yep. Yep. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day about, you know, being a country bumpkin up north, that we ate a lot healthier back then. I mean, we had venison and bear and whatever could be harvested, and we had our garden and we canned for the winter. We made homemade bread. We went down the street to the dairy and got the milk. I mean, got well water. Things are a lot different, and compared to today, where there's probably a lot of chemicals going in my body on a daily basis. Well, it's not always calm, Richard. Um, I got a little heated yesterday when I was supposed to just be going to get information, and it turned into a First Amendment audit at City Hall. When the front desk receptionist informed me that I could not take her picture and I could not take video in the lobby of the front room of the City Hall in the city that I live in. Yeah, I wasn't so soft and calming and soothing. The other side came out. But thank you very much. So we got a lot of lurkers. Um, as they're another topic. I do want to put a shout out. We have a lot of community and family members um, who are close to me, who I want to give a shout out to. I want to give a shout out to SC, upstate, and he's going through a lot of life challenges right now. And if you see him live, um, please jump in there and say hi, thinking about you. If you see a video of his, go to his channel, like and subscribe, or rad, I guess you call it now. Um, Also, I want to give a shout out to Florida Hillbilly. Um, he's going through a lot of stuff right now. We love him, support him. He's trying to help with the community by getting a calendar out with different costumes and possible t-shirts, and he does live concerts, and go to his channel too. Um, and DA Archer has been connecting with people, trying to help a homeless Marine before the cold sets in, and hooking them up with organizations and things like that. Okay, where did suicide come in here? Let me scroll back. I guess I missed something. Hold on. Now you got my attention. I saw the word suicide, so. Okay, so that's just an opinion you had. Okay. Want to make sure I didn't have someone in here who was contemplating or talking about it, because we would definitely try to help and talk and things like that. Um, yeah, yes. It's just, and there's a lot of other things. It just, I try not to go on a rampage, but it's like this stupid mowing the grass in city limits. I mean, they don't mind coming around and giving you a ticket if your grass is over 6 inches high. And yes, they do use a ruler, and they will give you a warning if your grass is over 6 inches high, and if you don't cut it within 10 days, they're going to send city workers out and they'll charge you, I don't know, I think the latest rate I heard was $200 to mow your lawn. But they have no problem having right in front of my lawn a flooded street that if my vehicle wasn't built up, I couldn't get out of my driveway. So I'm buffering. Am I okay now? There's a delay thing there. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, the states have already proven how beneficial to the tax income and everything like that, and the states that have been legalized. I don't know, I don't have them off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that Colorado is, they got a big amount of tax income from the legalization. Hi, Skyhawk. We're just kind of bantering, I guess that's the word. Hi, Nomad. Falling Bomb is under the weather a little bit today, but he's going to be live streaming tomorrow, so I just popped on. If you get a chance, and go check out my latest playlist. It will, it's kind of interesting how you make plans on one thing and then something else happens. Yeah, I'm fine, Rose. I just went live because Falling Bomb is not going live today. So that's why I pass it on, get the word out that Falling Bomb's okay. It's just, the weather is making him aches and pains, and then they had a change in his medication. So we've been talking about weed and legalization of weed. I opened what do they call it? A can of worms. And I don't mind discussing it if people want to talk about that or they want to talk about something else. I just want to make sure that our family remembers people who are hurting right now, like SC Upstate. Go check him out, give him some support, whether on his channel or on his live stream. Michigan Mister, Hillbilly Pyro. There's just a whole lot of people that need our loving. And so DMC, him and his wife are going through a lot of stuff. Nuckenfutz, her mother, Bullet SpongeBob. So it's good to see. I finally put a name for. Now I know he's called Chuck. And so, I learned something today. So how are you doing today, Jen? Good to see you here. Hi, SC. I was just talking about you and how people should go in and your live streams or your channel and leave a comment and how much we love you and support you. Well, I've had family members who have taken cannabis in a pill form because they lost so much weight and they had no appetite. And it did help, um, at least for the short term. Unfortunately, the cancer beat them and stuff like that. But, there's all kinds of medicinal purposes, for hemp, um, hemp farms and, making clothing and ropes and other usable materials. Hi, Steve Pinder. Welcome. I'm just opened it up live because Falling Bomb's a little under the weather today, but he should be back tomorrow. And we've got an interesting topic that we're discussing, and we're not in agreement, but we're not arguing and we're not getting personal, talking about legalization of weed. So if somebody else wants to change the topic, they're free to do that. I believe in First Amendment, and there's just a few words that I don't want in here, and absolutely no, hate speech or being mean. I think you guys are all adults, and if you get out, we have mods in here who know what to do. Should be legal, but with a warning. Yes, Steve, it's just like on a pack of cigarettes. They have the warning, hazardous to your health, may cause lung cancer, may cause death, harmful to pregnant. I find it interesting that we put those warnings on cigarette packs, but we don't put them on bottles of alcohol. But well, I think it enhances the natural serotonin, but I don't have done enough research to know that. I know, like, this is how it was explained to me. Right now, as I sit here, I'm in no pain. But tomorrow morning when I get up, the pain may be so bad I can't breathe. But if I take something today when I'm pain-free and not feeling stiffness, the medication or the weed or whatever I may choose to take is going to go towards my serotonin and my happy place, and I'll get high. Whereas tomorrow morning, if I'm in a lot of pain, I'm stiff and can't get up, I'm not going to get high because that's going to go towards my pain receptors. That's how it's explained to me. So I think that, there should be a lot more research. The research funding has been cut, and I think there's a lot of benefits to a lot of different things that we can and should be using that are natural. I mean, that's where most drugs come from, is over time from nature and different medications. Now, granted, there are medications that are chemically made and things like that, but my understanding, and I've been known to be wrong before, is many of our drugs came from a nature and natural base. What? Richard Heed, Blue Mod Mafia Corruption Gang. What? Did you really need to bring that up, or did you want to bring that up? because we can have that discussion, and I don't think that it needed to be brought up. But if you want to talk about it, I'll be happy to talk to you about it, Richard Heed. Okay, SC, I'll pop over later, hon. I love you. Big hugs from Texas. Well, years ago, when I lived in New Mexico and had a lot of Native American friends and different cultures I was immersing myself in, I had bleeding ulcers, and the doctors weren't helping. They were masking the symptoms instead of fixing the problem. And what ended up happening is we crushed um, habanero chilies, dried, and put them in pill capsules. And I took them, and so it didn't burn my mouth. And but when I got to my stomach and opened up, it cauterized the bleed in my stomach. And it was all natural. There was no other chemicals involved. And the doctors told me I was crazy, but you know what? Um, it worked. Yeah, um, I just don't think that discussion, Richard, is something that we need to talk in a live stream. That's my personal opinion. Um, but like I said, I believe in First Amendment, and I just think it's a negative topic, and we can talk about other things. So let's just joke about it. Um, oh, I've abused my body, and not proud of it, but there are consequences for behaviors, and if it's not immediate, it's many times like me, it has a long-term effect or comes up later. No, it's something that Richard, if you want to get a hold of me and you want to discuss it with me one-on-one, go to the About Me in my channel, and my email is listed there, and I answer all my emails. So feel free to pop me an email and we can talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Well, sex and batteries go one in one, don't they? Love you. Oh, goodness. Yep, I'm a closeted hoarder of batteries. I put it out there into the public domain that Texas Rose hoards batteries. Yep, yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we all have feelings and we all have opinions. We just need to be adult about it. We don't need to name call. We don't need to get silly. I mean, we're adults here, and if you know, be nice and have fun. That's what I'm about. Yeah, sex and batteries go together. Well, I'm not going to go into detail. Yeah, but Gray Dude, um, the problem is that I just saw something about CVS buying Aetna, an insurance company. So there's a little bit of conflict there on who's paying for the medication, who's funding the the pharmaceutical companies, and it's yeah, you got to stay on top of it. Smoke weed, then have sex. How's that? Yep, and Yep, that's good. Hi, Neck and Futz. Um, so I want to tell you guys something. You're gonna laugh. Okay, that whole thing yesterday about, excuse me going out to the wetlands and I couldn't see because it was locked and blocked, and then they had on the agenda that they wanted to pay a subcontractor $30,000 for some work done. Well, I couldn't see it. So I'm going to let that slide, sweetie. Um, so I went to the city commissioners meeting after I'd had my hubba bubba at the city hall, and they decided to do an investigation because what they did for work was crap. $30,000, and they couldn't even get the barrier runners between the posts even. They used bowed wood, and I didn't see the pictures. The commissioners did, but they decided they're not going to pay that subcontractor until an investigation's done and completed, and they're in agreement. So, um, got a phone call from the city commissioner this morning, thanking me for pointing it out because they might have got paid, and then we go out there and see the crappy job that got done. Um, yeah, yep. Excuse me. Tunis with you. Anything's possible, and I believe you. Have fun. That's all. Just have fun. You guys are funny. Well, I didn't want to keep you all forever, but we've had an interesting discussion. Uh-oh. Reduced to a friend. Never take Viagra wearing biking shorts. Well, since I've never have or don't intend to take Viagra, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to put my experience in there because I don't have any. That's funny. Always lighten up the atmosphere. Always, always, always. So SC is live. He popped in for a minute, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody again and everybody who's here. Thank you for coming in. Nuckin, Richard, Chuck, Tunis, Steve Pinder, Jen T, Opened Eyes, Bandit. I know I'm going to miss somebody. I saw Gray Dude in here earlier. We've got a bunch of lurkers. Hi to you guys. Skyhawk. And yeah, all I'm going to say is raw oysters, okay? They work. You just take the clam or take the shell and, yep, they work. Also, please rat each other and hi, Hillbilly Pyro. And go show Hillbilly Pyro some love. Subscribe, or I should say rad. I'm still trying to learn the termage. Hi, Nomad Transparency. Come on in. I'll let you think about that for a minute, Nuckin. What are we talking about? Hey, with a little Tabasco sauce on top. Oy. It's a tasty. But please remember our friends that are needing support. Florida Hillbilly, um, excuse me, and SC, and Nomad, and Eminem, and Bullet SpongeBob, and DMC 68, and Nuckin' Futz. They all have some things that are going on, and their family, and they could use our support. Um, well, without like changing everything around, I can't see your thumbnail, but I will definitely check them out. Hillbilly Pyro. I go in there as much as I can. Um, but thank you guys for putting a smile on my face. And again, Falling Bomb's okay. He's just a little under the weather because of the climate changes, the cold weather and the low front, and also they changed his medicines. So he decided to take the day off, and I said, I'll come in, and he'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock the same time. Please go and check his channel out. I haven't posted a lot of links because it's hard to post links when you're trying to live stream, but I'm working on it. Oh, there he is. I'm going to post his live stream or his channel so that anybody who wants to join on a live chat tomorrow, and please be there. Good, good, good. And for me, my, followers or whatever you want to call them, the numbers go up and down. And the only reason I appreciate them going up is because I get to know more people and get to get the message out. Oy, you guys have gone way off. Like, I'm having a hard time talking and reading at the same time. Love you guys. So, does anybody have anything else that they want to chat about or announce or promote or whatever? Get a chance, go to the San Benito Wetlands playlist on my channel and see what I've been up to the last 24 hours. Making all kinds of good, Bandit just put out a video. Pyro's working on it. Hi, Sixth Estate. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Okay, Richard Heed. Go ahead. Ask the question. Just remember, be nice. Well, nothing wrong with lurking. I do it sometimes. Just kind of listen to what's going on and keep up. Okay, Richard, you answered Nutkin's question. So, Richard, ask your question. Okay, thank you, Open Eyes. Yeah, I'm going to pop over there for a little bit. Please go over to SC Upstate when we're done, and if nothing else, at least say hello and tell him you're thinking about him. Oh, that's a good question, Richard. I can only tell you why I do it, and I sub to people that don't have any content, in case they do in the future post a video or live feed. It's a lot easier to connect with them and that's my way of showing support to them. There are people in here that have no content, but they're very big supporters, and they come into live streams and make comments or other contributions or support. So that's why I sub. Maybe other people sub for different reasons. Um, it also shows, how do I say this? It helps us to see who the imposters are. Um, Unfortunately, there are people who, for whatever reason, in their warped brain, thinks that, they want to copycat somebody else, and they come into the streams and they cause trouble. And so it's a, way to, you know, help keep the integrity of, the real people. Does that make sense? I hope I answered your question. Um, yeah, and it's just keeping options open. And, and the immediacy, like if you post a live stream or a video, and the bell's been rung, um, whoever's subbing to you is going to see it, or should. It depends on YouTube and what they do. Okay. So, yeah, Nuckin, we want to see out there. I love your videos, and I know it's hard, especially, you know, transportation or equipment or health or whatever. But, you know, coming in here and being involved in supporting the community is just as important as getting out there auditing, in my opinion. Those who can do, and those who aren't, part of what it is a community, and supporting and loving each other. So, Michigan Mister, yeah, we need to support each other. And so, however you do it, whether it's going into a live chat, whether it's commenting on a video, whether it's other support, whether it's emails or phone calls, um, it all comes together, and everybody does what they feel most comfortable doing. And, we all have a right to change our mind too. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the live chat, but while I'm talking, it's like distracting. Not that I don't want to be involved in your conversation, but I'm trying to answer a question. So I apologize if I didn't read every single one. Um, yeah, I mean, a year ago at this time, I was on a bicycle. I didn't have a motorized transportation. I had a basket on the front, and I used my backpack to go grocery shopping. So I understand. Hi, Fox Valley Community Watch. Welcome. We're just having a live stream because normally at this time, Falling Bomb and the Bomb Squad is having a live, but Falling Bomb is not feeling good today, and taking a break and stuff like that. So, yeah, I look kind of like Dorothy, except I had groceries instead of a dog in my basket. Yeah, that sums it up, Bandit. Yeah, pretty much. Um, okay. Well, I don't have any of that stuff. Strongest I have in my house right now is caffeine in the form of coffee. Um, but you guys enjoy. We're just talking about being responsible, for ourselves, for, you know, taking responsibility for actions, and the consequences, Anybody can do anything they want to, but just sometimes we need to think a little better at some of the consequences that could happen. So, um, I wanted to keep it to about an hour, and I'd like to have a nice hot toddy. I'm so cold right now. Well, we were talking about weed and sex, and batteries just came up. Yeah, I'm realizing I'm very addicted to caffeine, and if I go more than 24 hours, I get withdrawals. For me, it's a terrible headache and just grumpy, not nice person. So, if the worst thing I'm doing today is caffeine and occasionally nicotine, then oh well, a lot better than what I used to do. Yeah, yeah, Pyro. Be careful what you ask for, 'cause you never know. Nuckins, you're so funny. You're funny. I love you. Um, so I'm gonna say start saying goodbye, everybody, because I'm gonna shut it down and go on over to SC News Upstate. He's got his live going, and oh, you're asking where they're at. Well, I don't know. They're not here at my house. Um, just a little old Southern lady here from Texas, and you all have a good day. And I love you. And remember to, support each other and love each other and have fun. Have fun, whatever you're doing. And sex is not overrated, Bandit. I'm sorry. Love you. Bye. Maybe. Always had trouble shutting it off. Gives you guys time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Love ya.